Yo guys, what's going on and welcome to this video. So what I'm going to be speaking to you about today is my story and how I actually went from being in debt to running a six-figure business at the age of 23. And to top it all off, that's all in under 12 months, right? And I want to break it down to you guys. I want to, take us all back to 12 months ago and even before then and really tell you my story on how I got to where I am today and the path that I took, the things that I learned to help me get here. So this might be a bit of a longer one, and if that's something that interests you, go and grab yourself a drink, grab yourself something to eat, sit down and let's learn, guys. I'm really excited to open up with you and tell you a little bit more about my story and, like I said, how I went from being in debt to running a six-figure business. So if you rewind 12 months ago, what was I doing? Well, 12 months ago, I was actually sitting my exams. I was a uni student, right? I was sitting my exams in accounting. I was failing, guys. I was literally failing my exams. I was miserable. I hated what I was doing. And I also worked in a supermarket, stacking shelves and things like that. And guys, I was so damn unhappy, right? As someone that has always been interested in being a business owner and being my own boss, I knew something else was out there for me, which meant whilst at work, I really wanted to get out, but I just didn't know how to. I didn't have the financial vehicle. I didn't know what I could do. And I was just stuck, right? I was literally stuck doing the same things day in, day out, revising for exams, going to work, stacking shelves for minimum wage, coming home, going to sleep, waking up, repeat. And I had a very monotonous, boring life. And for some people that may work, right? For my friends and my family, a lot of them, that's all they've ever wanted, to go and do that stuff, and hats off to you that you could do that. That is fantastic. But if you're watching this, the chances are you probably want more, just like I did, but at the same time you probably don't know exactly how to get there, right? So for me, like I said, I was really miserable. I was a uni student. I was absolutely failing, and I also worked a very dead-end job. Like I said, just stacking shelves for a supermarket on minimum wage, all these different hours. I really disliked it. And on top of that, I was also in debt. I was in my overdraft. Until one day, guys, I sat down and I was like, right, I need to make a change now. Something needs to happen. I need to stop saying that I want to be my own business owner. I want to travel and all these other things. I need to stop saying that. I need to find something and I need to do it. So I searched and searched all over the internet and nothing came up. I tried all these, these Ponzi schemes. You've probably seen them yourself, like these surveys that you can take to make £1 here and $1 there. I tried all this stuff to make money online, but just nothing was working, all right? Until one day I sat down, I was on holiday actually, it was in Bali, and it was a really stupid thing for me to do actually, because it cost me all of my money and I was already in my overdraft. Really stupid, like I had the best time, but it was a really stupid decision to do. But anyway, I went to Bali, and whilst I was sat in Bali, on a lounger in the Gili Islands, these beautiful islands, I knew when I got back that I had to come back to reality. I was so happy out there traveling and living on my own terms that the thought of coming back really made me miserable. So I had to make a change, and what I decided to do was sit down and write all the skills that I was good at. And to be honest with you, there wasn't loads there, right? I'm not great at sports, I'm not great at loads of things, but one thing that I was familiar with doing was filming YouTube videos. So one thing I put on there was YouTube, and that was about it. I wrote a little bit about social media because I was familiar with it, but I never done any proper social media jobs before. It was just something I knew a little bit about, being, a millennial and all that. I knew a little bit about social media, and I'd written that down. Anyway, nothing really came of that until I came back and I started to do research, and I stumbled upon this new opportunity that I found online, and it was a website called Upwork. And what Upwork is, for those of you who don't know, it's basically a freelance website where business owners and businesses post a ton of jobs. So this could be anything from administration to graphic design to video editing to email replying to, God, absolutely any job you can think of that needs doing, they would post on there. And I stumbled upon this website, and I stumbled upon social media marketing. Because like I said in my book that I'd written all my things I was good at, social media was one of them. And I stumbled upon, like I said, this new opportunity called social media marketing, and I stumbled upon the website Upwork. Now, like most things I tried in the past, I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't think it was going to lead to anything. I just assumed that it's going to be another one of these things that I tried and it failed, and I'd ultimately still be looking for the next thing. And what happened next absolutely blew my mind. So there was a job posting on there for some guy. It just said something like, I'm looking for social media management for my business. I'm a dental consultant. So Thinking anything of it, I was about to give up. I wasn't even going to apply because I was like, I've got no experience. Like, who's going to hire me? I've never done social media before. I've not got any corporate experience. I've never even made a social media post. As a matter of fact, I actually gave up social media, like Facebook, for a year because of the amount of time I was spending on it. So if anything, I knew less than most people about social media. So I wasn't even going to apply. I was like, look, what's the point of applying? Then he's not going to hire me. I've got absolutely no experience. There's no point. And my girlfriend, bless her, at the time, she knew how much I wanted to get into business and everything, and she saw how miserable I was waking up, going to work every day, waking up, revising for uni for an exam that I really did not want to do, for a degree I did not want to be in. And she said to me, look, you're miserable, just try, right? Just do it, Brad. Like, I'm fed up of you being upset all the time, miserable, upset. I want you to be happy. So just apply for the job. What's the worst that can happen? So I was like, you know what? You're probably right. Let me just apply for the job. So I applied for the job. For a few hours, I thought nothing of it. You know, I went back up, being miserable, revising for my exams or something like that. And then I got a message from this guy saying, do you want a phone call? Long story short, I hopped on a call with him. Within 24 hours, I went from having almost no clue of what social media was at all, and social media marketing, didn't really know anything of that, and I had landed a client, right? So then obviously, as you can imagine, now I just really start to find out more about social media marketing, and I done loads of research online. I come across Tai Lopez, I come across loads of reviews of the Tai Lopez course, I found loads of other YouTubers doing videos in that topic, and I started to learn. Now what's mad here is I got really quick results. So if you thought it was quick that I got a client within 24 hours, what happened next was mad. I actually managed to grow my business up to just over £3,000 a month in recurring revenue. So this isn't money that just comes in once. These clients pay you every single month. So I got £3,000 worth of monthly clients within my first few weeks. So that's almost $5,000 of clients within my first few weeks doing this. So I got really quick results, and my business started to pick up momentum very quickly. Now, because I was so miserable in my job and everything like that, it was never a question for me. I just thought, you know what, I've got to this point now, it's either give it everything I've got, or I need to focus on my exams, or you know, my exams, I'm failing my exams even more than I was now, my degree's just going down the drain. I had to make a choice, right? And this was the point of no return to me. I quit university, quit my job, and I dropped out. And for me, it was like, I'll do or die situation. I'd reached a point of return. I was like, you know what? I've just got to make this work now. I'm going all in on it. Although at the time I didn't really know anything to do with social media marketing, I was sort of blagging myself the way through it just because of how easy it was to actually get clients. I knew I had to figure this out. Whatever it took, I was gonna make it happen just because of how miserable and upset I was before. And I'm assuming if you're watching this, you've probably been in that situation, even if it's before, you know, in a previous job, or currently now, where you literally do not want to wake up in the morning because you hate your job so much, or you hate your degree, you're doing it just because you don't know what else to do. It's almost like a means to an end. That's what I was like. So for me, it was like a do or die situation. I have to do this and I have to make it work. The thing is then, my business stayed at around the same size for the next few months, and then I had a major setback, and that was the fact that I was just not growing. I realized, you know, I'm doing all of this hard work now. I was actually working in my business, not on my business, and I couldn't physically scale anymore. I couldn't take on any more clients just because of the sheer amount that I was actually working in my business, and I had a major setback. My business plateaued and I did not grow at all. Now don't get me wrong, compared to some of my friends and compared to the minimum wage jobs in the UK, I was doing okay for myself. Like I said, I had quite quick results in the beginning. I was doing okay, but I was nowhere near where I wanted to be. I was nowhere near at six figure level, nowhere near 7-figure level, and I knew there was more out there for me, but I just had to figure it out. Now, because of the sheer amount of time that I was actually putting into my business and all the effort I was putting into it, like I said, I had no time to then focus on client acquisition and getting more clients because I spent so much time in my business. Another thing about that as well is I was cold calling at the time, trying to get more business from cold calling, and I had absolutely no luck whatsoever, right? I tried to hire a sales guy. None of that went through, right? I was trying everything under the sun and nothing more was happening. Like I said, my business just plateaued. Until one day, I discovered outsourcing and I had a massive epiphany. So what would come to happen next would absolutely transform my business and transform my lifestyle. And that was outsourcing, right? So if you don't know what outsourcing is, it's basically you pay somebody else, you outsource that work, pay them a smaller amount to do it than you're getting paid. So then you're almost making passive income. Someone else is doing the job for you. So you have all this free time to then focus on getting more clients or focus on traveling and all this other stuff. And I started to learn about outsourcing. Now this video isn't particularly about outsourcing, I've got other videos on that. But for me, as soon as I started outsourcing my business, it went like this. So this is the first month I went really quickly from 0 up to like this, right? 3,000, 4,000 a month, very, very quickly. And then I plateaued. I started to outsource and my business went like that a tiny bit because I was paying my outsourcers. But because then I had all the free time in the world, as soon as I took that little dip, my business skyrocketed up. Now in this free time after I started to outsource my business, obviously my quality of life got a lot better. I wasn't working in my business anymore. I wasn't working for my clients anymore. I was free. I had the free time and the money to be able to do whatever I wanted. If I wanted to travel, I could do it. If I wanted to sit at home in my pajamas all day, I could do it. If I wanted to take my girlfriend out for lunch, I could do it. If I wanted to go away with my friends on holiday, I could do it. I literally had the free time to do anything, right? But what I spent a lot of my time doing was actually still growing my business, right? And I still, because I had all this time now that I didn't before to focus on client acquisition, that's what I spent all my time doing. I tried every single different way under the sun to try and get new clients. And I stumbled upon this really flipping amazing strategy, which I want to speak to you about now. And the strategy was so good, guys, that in this month of recording, in January 2018, I managed to land 10 new clients without ever making a phone call. I never made any cold calls, right? I never went door to door, ever. I have no sales guy. I've never run a single paid ad in my life for my agency. I've never done anything like that, right? I simply apply for jobs and clients reply to me and I close them. And I've landed 10 new clients this month just from this strategy that I was able to stumble upon from having all the free time after outsourcing my business. And the beauty of this business model is as well, guys, is you don't have to have any previous experience. Like I said, when I first got started with this, I had no previous experience at all. And I still managed to get a client within 24 hours. Now, if I knew what I knew now back then, I would be very rich today, 12 months on, just because of the sheer volume of clients I'm able to get from utilizing this very actionable, easy strategy for getting clients. Now the thing is, because my business has been growing so quickly over the past few months, and because I've been able to also outsource it for so cheap and so easily, I live a very passive lifestyle now, and it is fantastic. A lot of you guys actually found me through other YouTube channels, and where a lot of you guys found me was actually in Australia. Now 12 months ago, the thought of me going to Australia on like a business trip was madness, like absolutely mad. But the truth is, we booked it a week before, right? I booked to go to Australia a week before just because I didn't have to ask my boss for time off work. I didn't have to save for 12 months to go to Australia. Me and my friend Ollie, we said to each other, look, do you want to book a trip to Australia? We both said, yeah, let's do it. We booked it for 7 days later. 7 days later, we're on the flight, flying to Australia, flying Emirates. We went out there for 2 weeks. We didn't have to work on our business at all. And we stayed in one of the nicest villas, like literally, I think it was the nicest villa in one of the nicest areas in the whole of Gold Coast in Australia. Now guys, I just want you to imagine like what it would do for you to have that kind of lifestyle. Like I know it might be hard right now if you've just got back from work, or you've got work tomorrow, or you've got an assignment due tomorrow, but I just want you to imagine how it would feel if you didn't have that. If you didn't have a boss to answer to, but you could live on your own terms. You could go and travel if you wanted to. Anywhere with an internet connection, you could work. Or if you wanted to fly, you could have gone first class. We didn't go first class, but on the way back, we were going to upgrade to business, but we didn't in the end. I can't even remember why now. I think it's because we left it too late to upgrade, but we were gonna fly back business. Like, imagine having the opportunity to do that for yourself. And I'm not saying this to brag, because the thing is, there's so many people out there that are doing way better than me. But compared to 12 months ago, my lifestyle is completely transformed just from this one strategy that I've been able to easily and actionably implement every single day of my life. Now, a lot of you guys as well are currently in financial difficulties, right? And so was I. I was in debt 12 months ago. I was sitting there in my overdraft and I was crying to my girlfriend. We were both crying to each other. We had no money. We were so broke that we literally cried. We were so stressed. We couldn't afford to go out for food. We couldn't afford to get trains home to see our family. We literally couldn't afford to do anything. We didn't own a car. We lived in a uni accommodation Like, oh, honestly, I was so poor. I was in my debt overdraft. Me and my girlfriend were crying. Like, that was 12 months ago. And then if you fast forward, 12 months later, able to fly to Australia, to not have to book the time off work or ask my boss for the time off work, having the ability to do whatever I want. A week from now, I'm actually taking my girlfriend to a little log cabin. It's somewhere in the UK, right? We've got a sauna in there, we've got a jacuzzi, there's a really nice bathtub in the room. Whilst we're there, we're going to Michelin star restaurants to have some really, really nice high quality food. 12 months ago, that would have taken me so long to save for, whereas now we've just booked it and we're gone. Later this year, I'm planning to take her, for her birthday last year, I promised her that I would, take her to Venice, Italy for her birthday. Now, at the time, I was doing okay, but I wasn't, doing it as well as I am now. And back then I was like, I want to be able to afford to take you away. Well, later this year, I'm going to book us. We're going to stay in a very nice 5-star hotel. And it's having the ability to do that, right? And I just want you to imagine like what that would do for you, to have that ability, to not have those financial stresses. And because the truth of the matter is, right, it's out there and it's very easy to get, as long as you're willing to learn how to do it. And the most important thing is implement what you learn. Now, I get a lot of questions all the time, people asking me like, Brad, what is this secret strategy you talk about? How do you get clients without ever making a cold call? I'm going on Upwork and my account's just getting declined every single time. Like, what can I do to actually go out and get clients? So a lot of you may already know this, but what I've gone ahead and done is put every single thing that I've learned over the last 9 to 12 months from my business and put it into one digital product, into a course that you guys can literally download and watch and implement every single thing that I've learned over the last year. Now the thing is, guys, I can happily say this, there is absolutely nobody else on the internet teaching this stuff. There's absolutely nobody else out there on the internet doing this. It is 100% unique, and I'm gonna put it out there as well. I can honestly swear, right, there is no easier way in the world to make money online than this. There is literally no easier way in the world to make money on this. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking any other business model. I think you should have multiple streams of income. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income, right? So I think you should have multiple streams of income. But if I'm talking about getting started right now and going from 0 to 6 figures, or even 0 to 1,000 a month, there is honestly no easier way to do it than what I teach in that course. The thing is, guys, if you do even half as well as the people that I've been coaching or the people in the course already, you're going to become very, very, very successful. I want to give you an example of one of my friends, Nav. We spoke together on a phone call 3 to 4 weeks ago, right? And within the first 2 to 3 weeks after that call, he went away and he's already doing £3,600 per month in recurring revenue from clients. In 2 to 3 weeks, guys, he's making $5,000 a month recurring in 2 to 3 weeks, just from going away and implementing this. And the reason it works so well is because there's absolutely no startup costs. That's another reason why this business model is absolutely fantastic for getting started, is because you don't have to go out there and invest loads of money to get started. You can simply get started with £0, $0. All you need is to be willing to invest in yourself a little and be willing to learn. And the thing is, guys, I get a lot of interest in this course. I've had so many people ask me about it. So what I'm gonna do now is actually break down exactly what's included and what you're gonna get if you do decide to enroll. So the first thing you're gonna get is lifetime access to over 65 video lessons. Now, I hold absolutely nothing back at all. I teach you every single thing, including my secret strategy for getting clients. Everything from getting the client, setting up your Upwork account, setting up your freelancer account, getting approved, right? How to become from a place of authority and how to get people to choose you, how to get results, how to do reporting, how to close clients over the phone, or how to close clients over Messenger. You know, a lot of the clients I've got, I've never even had a phone call with in my life. I've literally managed to land them just from messaging. I've actually landed a $2,000 a month client before, just over text message. Madness. What's also included in those 65 video lessons is the exact blueprint of how I outsource my business. Not just what to look for and how to outsource. I actually sit there and show you live examples of great outsourcers, people who I would hire and people who I would avoid. I literally show you the whole process of myself creating a job posting and looking for freelancers and telling you exactly who I would hire and why, as well as telling you all the best practices for it. I also show you how to automate your whole business. So not even just the case of outsourcing it, but how do you automate everything in your business so you can literally live a very passive lifestyle and spend most of the time, you know, implementing that secret strategy that I'm talking about and getting clients. Now, to be honest with you, in my opinion, this is worth so much money. It's probably worth tens of thousands of dollars just because of how actionable it is, right? If you just get one client that pays you $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year in revenue. And I've managed to get 10 clients this month. So in my opinion, these 65 lessons are worth so much money, and at a minimum, it's worth $5,000. On top of that, you're gonna get lifetime support and you're gonna get access to the private Facebook group where everyone who's also enrolled in this, all the like-minded students, you're gonna get access to a group. Now this is fantastic because every single time you get stuck, every single time you get a question, you can put it in there and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. And anybody else who knows the answer are able to reply to you. And I know it sounds very, very cliche, but the truth is, your network are your net worth. It's very important to surround yourself with like-minded people, people on the same journey as you, people who are interested in success, people who earn more money than you, because that way you can start to learn from these people, and you know, if you get to make them as friends, the opportunities are endless. And that's valued at least £497. And finally, what you're gonna get is my secret strategy for how I landed 10 clients in the last month. Now, in my opinion, this is absolutely priceless, guys. These few videos in the course are worth more than the whole rest of the course combined, right? This secret strategy is literally what sets me apart from everyone else here in the market doing different things, because of how actionable it is, just because of how easy it is to replicate and do on a daily basis. Like I said, you don't need to make any cold calls, you don't need to go door to door, you don't need a salesperson, you don't need to run any ads. All you need to do is have the ability to spend 30 to 60 minutes a day reaching out to business owners and applying for jobs on the freelance marketplace. It is literally as simple as that. So to come full circle, guys, what you're gonna get is lifetime access to 65 plus lessons within this course where I break down my whole business model. I literally hold nothing back from A to Z, and that's valued at £5,000. What you're also gonna get is access to the private Facebook group with mine and everybody else's who's in it, lifetime support. If you have any questions or anything, you can reach out and I'll get straight back to you. And on top of that, it gives you the ability to network with like-minded people, and that's also valued at £497. And the final and most important thing that you're gonna get is my secret strategy, my blueprint for how I got 10 clients over the last month. My secret strategy for how I'm able to do it so consistently on a regular basis. You don't need any previous experience, and that is priceless. So it's got a total worth of £5,500, including the priceless secret strategy that's also included. And what it's actually only going for, guys, is £497. But it doesn't stop there, guys. Like I said, what it's normally going for is £497. And because the course is releasing today, right? If you're watching this video at a later date, unfortunately you missed it. But if you're watching this within the first 48 hours of release, right? From the second that this video is live, for the next 48 hours, the course is going to be only £249. You guys are going to be getting a 50% discount. Now, I promise you this, right? I am never, ever going to do a discount like this again. It's never ever going to go down as low as £249. To be honest with you, if anything, the course is going to be going up to £1,000 in the near future. I've already got students messaging me saying, like, you know, you really need to consider putting this course up just because of the sheer amount of value inside of it. So like I said, I promise you it's never ever going to be going down to £249 again, and it probably won't ever go on discount for a serious long time, if ever. Now, this isn't any of this fake scarcity stuff. I'm not just saying this to get you to buy now. I genuinely promise you it's never going down to £249 again. It's never going down this cheap. But I really want to help as many people, especially in the beginning, get up and running off the ground and get started with their businesses. So now, not only is it within the next 48 hours, it's also got a limit of 10 people. So whatever happens first, right? So it's either the first 10 people to join or the next 48 hours, whatever comes first. So all you have to do to get access is simply click the top link in the description below. What that's gonna do is take you to a landing page where you can put in your card details and buy. Now you're gonna get direct access to the course and you can start going through it straight away. You're gonna be able to get access to the private Facebook group. And I literally cannot wait to see your results. Now you're probably gonna see when you click on there for checkout, it's gonna be full price still. So what you wanna do is use code BradRiley50 at checkout. That's gonna give you 50% discount and allow you to actually get in at the course at half price. And like I said, as soon as either 10 people join or the next 48 hours are up, I'm gonna completely disregard that discount code and it's going straight back up to full price. The only thing I ask in return, guys, is that when you do get in at this discounted rate, because it is so cheap, you give me a ton of testimonials, a ton of reviews when you guys start getting clients. That's the only thing I ask in return. And you know what? For you guys on the edge, for you guys uncertain and unsure what you want to do, if you've got any sort of questions regarding the course or anything, feel free to reach out to me, either do it in the YouTube comments or preferably shoot me a DM on Instagram. Now guys, I promise you this, right? The only problem you're gonna have is that I didn't release this course 6 months ago and you didn't hop in then, right? I promise you this course is so powerful. I'm not bullshitting you right now. I'm not lying to you. I promise you this course is the real deal, right? My exact strategy, it's very replicatable, and I promise you if you take action on what you learn, you guys are gonna go out there and you're gonna get clients very, very soon, and also very, very consistently. Now that is it for this video, guys. So like I said, that's my story from how I went from being in debt, miserable, broke, a uni student, and also working a 9-to-5 job, to now owning a 6-figure business, living on my own terms, having the ability to travel the world, and it's all thanks to social media marketing, social media management, and specifically the outsourcing and everything, and this whole business model that I've just told you about now. To end off this video, like I said, if you do want to get in the course, 50% off for the next 48 hours only, or for the first 10 people that get in, use the top link in the description to click on it, use code BradRiley50, and send me a DM if you have any questions at all. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.